Welcome, folks, to Cats and Conspiracies. It's your man, Codder's here, bringing you all those hidden gems which may or may not have passed you by and which I believe deserve far more love than they may previously have got. Let's face it, Hollywood is dead. They hate us. They've told us these movies are not made for us, and they keep consistently insulting our intelligence by bringing out an endless stream of slop to consume, regurgitate, and then consume again. If you've ever watched the movie They Live, I truly believe that's kind of where we are now. So I'm not going to be reviewing any modern films anytime lately. I'm certainly not going to be looking at Snow White or the Minecraft movie, unless particularly you want me to, and maybe I'll give you my thoughts on that. But I think we already know what that is. Anyway, the Langoliers. This is what I'm talking about today. I just made myself out of the way there. It's going to give you a little bit of the intro music so you can hear it. Right from the off, this film with that strange sound, with these images, it gives you that creepy, unsettling vibe straight away that you are seeing something that perhaps you should never see. Something that you don't understand and you have no idea what it is. Now, this film, The Langoliers, I don't understand this and I'm not having it. It gets a lot of hate for some reason, and it is definitely not deserving of it. Every person I've introduced this film to has loved it because it is just fantastic storytelling. Just have a listen to that. Just pure creepiness. I love it. It's so eerie. Right. Let me just hide that out of the way because I want to show you a couple of things. This is a very, very low budget film. I'm talking extremely low budget. I'm talking this is a made for TV film. I never actually realized when I discovered this that it was a made for TV film. A bit like when they made It, the original, for TV, and they showed it in several parts. Apparently the same thing happened with this. I never caught this the first time around. I kind of discovered it through someone else. I heard someone else talking about it. I liked the sound of it, and I went and got it. And just to prove I am not making this up, I have my own copy. There it is. I have my own DVD copy. And if you didn't think that was sad enough, check this out. He's only got, you know what this is? He's only got the VHS of it. That's my only last remaining VHS. I don't know why I've still got that one, but pride of place, that one. So there you go. I have 2 physical media copies of The Langoliers because I do not care what anyone says. I love this movie and you should love it too. And I think if you see it, if you've never watched it, you will love it because this is classic storytelling, very, very slow burn. So this is obviously written by Stephen King, if you didn't know that already. This was a short story which is adapted into this mini TV series. Director's Tom Holland. And despite this being an insanely low budget film, have a look. I've got a picture of the cast. Very small cast in this. It's all set very isolated. Have a look at the cast of this film. How is this a low budget film? How did they get all these amazing actors into this film? Look who you've got here. Up here, you've got Brian, played by David Morse. And need I mention how many amazing films he's been in? The Rock, Green Mile. How many others can you think of that he's in? This fellow up here, that's Nick Hopewell, and he's played by Mark Chapman, and you may recognize him from Titanic. This is Laurel. She's played by Patricia Wettig, and she has done a lot of stuff. Not much that I know that she's in, but I picked up on her. She has a very, very distinctive voice, which does actually get mentioned in The Langoliers, actually. I picked up her voice in Prison Break. She plays, I think it was the Prime Minister. You saw her you heard her off screen for a long time. and she was talking to one of the characters, and her voice is so distinctive. I picked it up immediately as being her, and then when you finally see her, that's who it is. So yeah, and as if this guy here, right here, needs any introduction. Dean Stockwell. If, and it's unforgivable if you have never watched Quantum Leap, you may recognize Dean Stockwell there as the hologram Al from Quantum Leap, and he plays the part fantastically in the Langoliers. He is a fiction writer, so clearly they've tried to make him like the Stephen King type character, which is strange because Stephen King does actually make a very short cameo in this film at one point. And he writes fiction books. So the strange situation these guys find themselves in, he tries to piece it together and tries to make sense of what's going on. And he kind of narrates the story with you, which I think is really good. Look who's over here on the end. Bronson Pinchot. Again, another incredible actor who has done countless films. Fantastic. I always think of True Romance whenever I see him. So you've got a great cast. Oh, and guy at the back, he plays Don Gaffney, and he has done things, and I'm pretty sure I recognized him from Silence of the Lambs. When Agent Starling goes to see Lecter for the first time, I think he is in the room and he preps her and he says, "Hey, don't worry, you're going to be fine." I'm pretty sure that's him. So anyway, that's your cast there, and you've got a few other characters there as well. But the story is, I don't want to give too much away because the excitement of the Langoliers is you don't know what's happening. You don't know what's going on. If you haven't read spoilers, and stupidly, the DVD copy pretty much has spoilers on the back, which is why I've actually put a bit of paper over it, put a card over it. I've said spoilers, do not read. So anyone I lend it to, I'll make sure they don't read the back because it tells you exactly what happens on the back, which I think is insane because it takes a good 3/4 of the film before these guys kind of figure out what's happened to them. So without giving too many spoilers away, which I'm not going to do because I want you to discover it for yourselves, but you discover this quite early on. So this isn't going to be a spoiler, okay? These characters you see above you all board an aircraft, okay? And they're all on the same flight, of course. You get a slight introduction to a few of them. You see Bronson Pinchot there. Craig Toomey, his character, is called, and you will get to know that name because he plays quite a major role in this story. So they all board the plane. Plane takes off. Very, very eerie, very creepy. This happens within the first 15 to 20 minutes, so I'm not giving anything away. Suddenly, these guys are on the plane. They're all dozing off. They wake up and look around them. And what do they notice? Most of the people on the aircraft have completely vanished. The doors where the captain and the co-pilot would be are locked, and the plane is just flying through the air. And slowly, one by one, they all start to get to know each other and wonder about what's going on. Where have the people gone? What's happening? Have they been kidnapped? Have they been drugged and the plane's landed and taken off again or something and removed everybody from the plane? Is this some kind of social experiment? Have they been kidnapped by aliens or something like that? And they're all trying to piece together what's going on. And as they're looking out the window, all they can see is cloud, and they really have no idea where they are or what's happening. Some of the character traits do get revealed in this very early stage. We find out pretty quickly that Mr. Craig Toomey here, unfortunately, is slightly unhinged. And it's actually quite a sad part of his story arc because you find out that he was severely abused by his dad, just like piled on tons of pressure on him, and it's just caused him to completely go off the rails. So all these characters together, they try to work out what's going on, and some sort of natural leaders start to appear. You've got Brian, our pilot, and you've got Nick, of course, up here. And who knows, there may or may not be the tiniest little hint of a romance in this film as well, if that's what you want. But this film, this is an incredibly slow burn. Okay, this film is not going to appeal to the normies, to the modern generation. I need the fast, flashy colors. I need the story instantly. I need to know instantly what's going on, if there is anything going on at all. I've just seen the Minecraft advert come out, and in the advert, the trailer, they are actually saying, we invite you to turn off your brain, which, how insulting is that to the audience? They're telling their audience that the thing that they want stimulated, their brain, they should switch it off. I find it bad enough when the reviewers are telling me to switch off my brain and go and enjoy some film, which is physically impossible because I can't switch my brain off. It's active. This film is a stimulation for the brain. This is going to make you think. It's going to make you wonder what's going on. It's going to make you want to continue. It's like a book where you just want to continue, keep turning the pages. You want to find out what happens. I guarantee if you start watching this, you're not going to be able to leave it. You're going to have to get through it to find out what's happening. And I'm not going to spoil that for you, of course, but it's a very, very, very slow burn. Okay, the normies would hate this. They would take one look at this, they'd see the graininess of it, they'd see the low budget, they'd see the low effects, and they would hate it. But you have to appreciate this for what it is, the storytelling. This is just a great story told with a low budget. And I'm all for that, because the high budgets, the $500 million projects, are churning out trash. This is an idea, a story, a concept. And I don't care what anyone says. I love this film, and I'm going to love the Langoliers until the day I die, and I will always stand up for it. Say, if you look at this through the normie eyes, they will not appreciate it at all. They will be bored within 5 minutes. But if you enjoy the very, very slow burn, the creepiness, the very, very slow reveal of what's happening, then you're going to get drawn into this. You're going to love it. It reminds me sometimes, I often talk about this film when I'm in a strange situation myself. It's a bit like a dream. If you've ever had a dream where it feels like it's real, it feels like it's totally real. However, something feels off and you're not quite sure what it is, but there is something that feels off that tells you you're not in the real world. You can't put your finger on it, but you feel it and you sense it all around you. That's what this reminds me of. And I think when you watch this, you'll understand. It's like a glimpse into something that we shouldn't see, a world that was never meant to be seen by humans. Very hard to describe without actually seeing it, or if you've ever had one of those dreams like that. One of the things I love about this film is the problems that they come across and the way they try to figure out ways around these problems using all their sort of intelligence between them. And obviously you've got some other storylines running here as well. Okay, Mr. Toomey, Bronson Pinchot, does play a big part in this, and he causes quite a few problems. So they're trying to deal with the problems that they're in and Mr. Toomey as well. You've got Dinah here, one with the sunglasses on. She was on her way to have an eye operation. She's blind. So she provides quite a lot of insight during the film as well, because she can sense things, she can see things that the other characters can't see and hear, and she passes the information on. A lot of the times they think she's just making it up, but as the situation gets more and more severe, they begin to believe her and realize that they're in trouble. And for a slow burn film, you will find yourself, as I did, a little bit on the edge of your seat at some points when things start to come together and they realize what they have to do and how time is running out and they need to get a move on. You will start to join them, and you really fall in love with these characters. It's hard not to. I think they're a really lovable bunch. This is an incredibly unique film. If you haven't seen it, get out there and see it. Okay, you too can become a Langoliers fan like me. Maybe we could even start up our own Langoliers fan club. So that's all I want to say about it. I don't want to give any more away, but remember what I said. The normies will not like this. Okay, you can actually find this. This is on YouTube at the minute for free. You can watch the thing on YouTube for free. I would try and say don't do that though. Get yourself a copy. Watch it at home, because you're only going to be able to discover what this is about once. So make the first time you watch it, a good time. Okay, make sure you're really in it, and you've got to look past some of the low budget. I can completely look past the low budget this, because if there's storytelling, if there's good storytelling, I can look past almost anything. And I enjoy this film. I really, really enjoy it, and I have a lot of love for it. And I find it strange how of all Stephen King's works, Shawshank Redemption, The Green Mile, Misery, The Langoliers never gets a mention, and I don't get it. I really do not understand the hate for this film. Have a look on IMDb at some of the reviews in there. You'll be surprised how many people are like, yeah, I love this film and I don't understand the hate for it. Yes, it's low budget, but it's a fantastic story, which is just so creepy. And I can't think of another film that is out there that is like this. There you go, guys. The Langoliers. I love it and I want you to love it too. And if you are bored to tears of what Hollywood is churning out, the absolute drivel they are vomiting onto the screen, go and get yourself a copy of The Langoliers, creep yourself out one night on a rainy night and enjoy this. And of course, come back and hit me up in the comments and let me know what you think. I want to see some love for Langoliers, please. Join me in my my Langolier world, and yeah, let's share the love of the Langoliers. But enjoy it, guys. I've been Codders. I'm bringing you all these hidden gems that I can think of. If you've got any ideas of films you want me to cover, maybe ones that I haven't even heard of, hit me up in the comments and I'll have a look. I'll see you next time, guys.